Yikes. I don't know. To some it's Santa Claus. To some it's nightmare fuel. I'll let you guys decide.
We've been here since the beginning, starting in 1963. Panama City Beach was a much smaller place, and we were it for hardware and building materials for a while. It's funny to think just how many homes were built by our products. It's a little different today. The beach is different. We're pretty much the same family-owned hardware store. We've expanded to pool services and supplies, and we've also helped start a few home breweries. But it's nice to know that we helped build Panama City Beach into what it is today, and I hope you know that we'll always be there, building its future.
I just got my Fox from Poppington's in Greenville, South Carolina, freshly popped. And we're gonna try it. This is really good popcorn. They do a Windy City mix. They have all kinds of stuff. They even have dog popcorn in there. And if you use my link right down below, you'll get 10% off your first order.
Maple caramel, Asian spice, bacon cheddar, Windy City mix, buttery kettle corn, bacon ale, salted caramel, coffee caramel, and cupcake. I love the buttery kettle corn. The salted caramel was good. Of course, the Windy City was classic. Cupcake does taste like a cupcake. Bacon cheddar was really good. Maple caramel, yes. Asian spice was really good, but it has a kick. Coffee caramel, most definitely. I think these two are my favorite. Bacon ale, it does taste like beer. And the blackened bacon cheddar was a surprise. I thought it was very good.
Here we go. Welcome to the channel. I am Matt the Lizard, your guide in this adventure and exploration. You look at behind me, beautiful Gulf of America. November, it's almost December. Pleasant enough to be out here. It's not as hot as it's been in the past, but look at that view. I mean, that's the main event right there. But today we're gonna do something a little kind of fun. Don't you know I'm YouTubing? We're gonna check out Dee's Hangout and then Dee's Hideout. The Hangout is in Panama City Beach, just right down the street from here. I'm at the B. Miller Pier, beautiful Panama City Beach. And the Hideout is in downtown Harrison Avenue in Panama City, one town over. So we'll kind of compare and contrast the two of them. They're both owned by this guy named Chef Dee. Shout out to him. He puts out some good food. He's a good guy too. All right, so stay seated watching this video. You're gonna want to watch this one all the way to the end. All right, let's go. So you can see you got Edgewater Resort. The villas are that way. I'm looking south. Ocean Towers, the two twin buildings. Holiday Inn Sunspree Resort across the street, of course. The ever-present Waffle House. We have quite a few stores in here, a lot of restaurants in here. I would say the anchors here, in my opinion, is Rocket Lanes. Used to be a grocery store at one time. I think it was a Del Champs. Bowling Alley's been there a while. American Charlie's down at the end. Good food. Need to do a video over there. And Firefly. I've had their sushi. That's good. Pink Pelican. They're good folks who own that. And there's even a Subway in here, and over there Taco Bell. Surf Style, very cool tourist place for clothing, beach chairs, stuff like that. Not a sponsor, but they could be. Los Rancheros. So you can see there's a lot to choose from here. But we're gonna go check out Dee's Hangout right here. Why does somebody always honk their horn when I'm filming? He used to be further down the street, actually a little bit closer to where I work. The bigger spot over here, but always good food. I've eaten here several times. This is definitely a crowd pleaser. They do steamed seafood to go, and then they have sit-down eating as well. Oh, entrance. All right, let's go check it out. Some real nice people. You can see all the historical photos they have. That's from the old western town that used to be real close to where I worked. Hideout Junction. And it's cool. All kinds of old beach pictures. So that's their drinks cocktail menu. And they do a bottle of beer. I don't think they have draft beer. Do you have draft beer here? Oh, okay. They do have
draft lager.
Okay, cool. And then here's the menu. And like I said, I know the owner here. He's a super nice guy. All kinds of appetizers. Oh, and we got specials. Happy hour. That's good. Everything I've tried here is good. Red beans and rice is very, very good.
Yes.
I can see everything that's there. Po' boys, sandwiches, and they have a kids menu. So that's cool. And just notice this, they have a seasonal menu. Red beans and rice. And lunch specials. Okay, well, this over here recommended the Hangout Lager. They have that and Mick Ultra on draft. And it's pretty good. I call it a session beer. It's pretty light, crisp, tasty. Yes. This is Hayden, who's been helping me out. I've been pestering him about the menu and comparing the two restaurants. And he's doing a gigantic job.
Butter, just in case you want that.
All right, thank you. So these are the Hush Puppies. This is probably my favorite thing here, and we have members of my family when they come into town, they come here just for these. And I will say this, it's kind of awesome that he's open year round, because some businesses in the beach close, but he's not. He's keeping it open. Keeping people employed, keeping people fed. So they're sweet and savory at the same time. And this is a remoulade sauce, which I've learned. I go to New Orleans a lot. Anytime it says remoulade, voodoo sauce or something, always get it. Look at that. I wish you could taste it and smell it. So I am a member of the Clean Hush Puppy Bowl Club. I wish I could put that in my pocket. That's good stuff. See, they have some of their swag in here. Beach stuff, shirts. Gulf of America, must be official. I don't know what these are for. And then something else I want to show you down the hallway here. A whole bunch of historical stuff. Actually, I have this same picture hanging in my hallway in my house. You can see all the historical pictures. There's the man himself. Miracle Strip, Jungle Land, Haunted Castle. I believe this was at Miracle Strip Park. Very cool that he has that. And cutting up at Miracle Strip Park. All right, I'm gonna do the obligatory pose. So it's Chef Dee's Hangout. We're gonna go to Chef Dee's Hideout next. Good place. 5 lizard tails out of 5. You can get a bit of that sunset. We're just off the beaten path here. Got some buildings in the way, but you can kind of see the color of the sky. Pretty. Man, these people, these blue cars, I swear, they park anywhere they please. It's not very far at all from Panama City Beach. One town over, about a 10-minute drive, traffic allowing. Probably about maybe 8 to 9 miles from door to door, if I had to guess. You can kind of see how vibrant Panama City has become. since the hurricane, so much revitalization has happened down here. It was an awful thing, but the renaissance that happened afterward is the true phoenix rising from the ashes. There's people here. There was never this much nightlife. When I first moved to Panama City, you come down here at night, there would be nobody here. Seriously. So you can kind of see, it's awesome. Just about done with their streetscaping project. As far as I know, they've announced the construction's done. I did see some signs down that way. But here we are, the main event. This is Dee's downtown hideout as opposed to the Hangout on the beach. We're going to go inside and see what's going on in here. One thing worth mentioning, I've mentioned it before, is downtown Panama City has what's called the social district. The rules are very simple. You stay within the district. Of course, you have to be of legal drinking age. You can have a plastic to-go container that anybody who's serving alcohol will give you. You could bring it into any store that's open in the district, other than places who sell alcohol, so they're not competing with. So that's kind of nice. All right, let's go inside and check it out.
How are you doing?
All right.
You want to get a table?
I'm gonna probably sit at the bar if I can. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. You got it. You enjoy, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
What's up, man?
Hey, Chef, how you doing? This is the menu for the hideout downtown. This is a historic picture of downtown Panama City. So apps, they have a lot of similar things. So not everything's exactly the same. I neglected to mention the oysters at the other place. They have them here as well. Sandwiches, tacos, po' boys. And believe it or not, here's the man himself, Chef Dee, owner, proprietor.
There you go, baby.
You want to shout the
Hope you
place
enjoy.
out?
Shout, come and check us out at Dee's Hideout downtown.
Okay, I ordered the Sam Adams Winter White Ale. I really liked it. It's very spicy, smooth. There we go, logged it on tap. So now if you're a sports guy, you can see they have plenty of TVs. Every game that's going on right now is on television up here. And Christmas Story, one of my favorites. Don't do a copyright claim on me, please.
Done in 1954.
Okay, Chef Dee was just telling me about this guy, Cy Von Rolliston of Georgia, 1954. He painted this mural. He was kind of an itinerant artist. He did murals like this all over the Southeast for money and room and board, a meal, a drink. So he's painted all the way from Tyndall Air Force Base, at that end, following along the bay, and headed this way over to Long Beach, which is close to where I work, and the beach. And they uncovered this when they were doing construction here, and they made the choice to preserve it. So apparently he has some quite interesting history with him. If you look up this name, also possible some intrigue with the JFK conspiracy, if you want to call it that. That's kind of cool. It's preserved though. Well, that you're looking at right there is my favorite dish in the whole world, other than my wife. She's a dish of a different kind. Red beans and rice. That stuff is life itself. I first had this here in Panama City Beach. I've had it several times in New Orleans. I've had it a couple places outside of my radius, and it was not good. This is perfection. It's meant to be slow cooked. It's the kidney beans. Got to have the rice in there. True, authentic red bean rice will have andouille sausage. I've never seen it with boudin sausage, but sometimes they'll put Italian sausage or Polish sausage in there, and that's all you can get. That's all you can get. And it's not complete. Of course, as a courtesy to the chef, I'm going to taste it first, but you got to have this stuff. Crystal, my favorite hot sauce in the whole world. Not a sponsor, but they could. All right, I did try it. It is good, but I'm just going to adjust it just a little bit. Needs a little heat in there. I mean, who needs a stomach lining, right? I don't. Now, ordinarily you'd say, I'm a member of the Clean Plate Club. No. I'm nowhere near done with this plate. Now that's a clean plate. That's how you do it. When it comes to my favorite dish, red beans or rice, I like to send the plate back where it almost doesn't have to be washed. You should see what I do to a tiramisu. Well, I just ran into a couple of friends down here, so that was kind of a nice surprise. I didn't get them on camera. They're fellow hashers. If you know what that is, look up hashing. Don't judge. All right, having a good time. It's a good place. Highly recommend. 5 lizard tails out of 5. Okay, so that was Chef Dee's Hideout, downtown Panama City. We're gonna take a look around now. I had a viewer in my last video, or 2 videos ago when this is aired, request that I show what downtown Panama City looks like now. I think I'll do that. This tree goes. And here's a place that I really need to come film at. I can never get over here. I'm always working now. They have all kinds of historical stuff. This is also from Miracle Strip. Most of those pictures inside are from Miracle Strip Amusement Park. Guy doesn't know I'm YouTubing. Yeah, problematic but fun. That's what the cops used to look like here, probably. Something interesting here is that this is the Van Cleet Company first hardware store in Panama City, Bay County, which I think is awesome because I run a hardware store in Bay County, so I'm kind of carrying on the tradition. Oh, it's cool. They have some cats to hang out. I've waved to these guys in the window before. Cattos. Hi, baby. How you feel? What's up? Oh, I'm sorry. And now they do appliances. Cool little place. C&G Sporting Goods. Locally owned by a good family. Hunting license, fishing licenses. All your supplies for that kind of stuff. That's a weirdo down there. We filmed over there before. It's pretty cool. This corner here, I'm not sure what it is. If it's still commercial or it might be a residence. It was the former home of the Downtown Improvement Board. I used to volunteer for them a long time ago. Back when this was pretty bleak and sleepy over here. Let's see, they're still doing some construction over there. Towards that way is the courthouse and the McKenzie House. First mayor of Panama City. Of course, everything's all lit up for the holidays, which is cool. Relief Skate Shop. Pretty cool place. If I'm remembering correctly, this is a husband and wife. Husband owns and runs the skate shop, and the missus runs the salon. That's kind of cool. Gnomes. Gnomes. I love gnomes. I love gnomes. Over here, straight ahead, is the Martin Theater. Still in kind of a state of construction flux. Funds being released. Hopefully soon. FEMA, insurance, and an organization to run it. I'm not sure exactly where we're at with that. I'd do it if I had the time and resources, but I sure don't. But I'm glad it's getting preserved. It's an important part of history. Over here, we filmed here before. The roundabout in the center of Panama City. Of course, the terminus of US 231 goes all the way up that way. You can drive to St. John, Indiana. Not gonna go all the way down. But this is cool. Of course, the old clock is here. Still want to know why it says established 1862. You know, there might have been settlers here, but I don't think it was incorporated till 1909. Because I remember it being 2009, and it was a centennial. And I lived in Panama City then. So put it down in the comments if you can clarify that point. Go check this out. We've been over here before. Still got to get in here when it's open. The owner, from what I understand, is 100 years old. Still working. That'll be me, YouTubing out here. And of course, just around in the corner, you've got the Visual Arts Center, formerly our City Hall, and you got History Class Brewing. I do kind of want to see, they have something new next to it. We're gonna go take a look at that. Now, History Class we filmed inside before. Awesome place, owned by the current mayor of Panama City. And he's opened this place up, Heroes Lounge. It's all set up. I'm not gonna go inside, but they've got everything there for military, people who served as a first responder. That's very cool. What he's doing is an amazing thing. That's what should be done. Respect history, preserve history, and then keep it for the future, so you inspire more people to become part of history also. Got a jaywalk here. Hopefully the popo don't yell at me. I got the lights set up here. Of course, I love the old Brake Hardware and Coca-Cola mural. That was another one that was rescued. They pulled down some of the plaster and it was right underneath. They helped restore it, which is kind of cool. See, if you've never been to downtown Panama City, even as a local, there's some people who don't come down here. There's a lot going on down here. It's really cool. It's very quaint. It's very small town-ish. Easy to find parking. And it's very walkable. I mean, I parked a couple blocks that way. I'm just gonna walk back to the car. And we'll go down this side here and see what things look like. I've got some music playing. Signage about the social district. I know, I think I've filmed this before. I've even filmed this sign before. If you pause your screen, then you can scan that with your phone. Kind of explains the whole thing. It's real simple. If we don't ruin this, we're gonna have a good thing. There's some clothing stores down here. Coffee place. I've been there before. It's cool. And this is the portal. They were a couple blocks that way. They moved over here. But they've got all kinds of board games. They do tournaments. They've got beginning D&D games going on. So that's cool. Former home of the Cook Motor Company, which became the Ford dealer here in Panama City. So that's kind of cool. This is important, that you have to document this kind of stuff. It's cool. I love history. This is Thistle and Thorn. Been here before. It's kind of a cool place. Now this one, I don't remember the name because it's been a couple different places since I've lived here. And it's a craft beer emporium. It was Corner Jack's, I think, when I lived here pre-hurricane. The owner, she passed some tasting certification for beer. I took the test and I did horrible at it. It's all these little squares you had to scratch off and lick them and sniff them and stuff. It was really weird, and I didn't know what was going on, but I had fun doing it. And they're known for their pool table action too. They have leagues that play in here and all kinds of good stuff on draft. Good people. Oh, there's a sign here for the Idle Hour Theater. And a balcony, 5 to 10 cents to come in and watch silent movies. That's cool. Another friend of mine, she's doing a gig down here singing. I don't want to put her on camera. I don't know how she feels about that. But she's here. This is the breezeway, the Mackenzie House. They used to call it the Mackenzie Park Gateway. But it's a cool little social spot. It's all open to the public. Seating for all the restaurants around here and everything. So that's really cool. Sandy Marlisa. Look her up. And Eli. Good folks, good musicians. There's another one. It's been a couple different things. I want to say it's the Sherman Arcade building. I think Millie's been here for years. Decent food. It's kind of an indoor-outdoor thing. And I believe there's residential up top. Pretty sure. So that's cool. Then over here is Mackenzie Park, or the gateway to it. Not the gateway, I don't know what you call this. It's a fountain. Mackenzie Park is back there. It's really dark, I'm not gonna go over there right now. Great little fountain here. Isn't this nice? This has been here for years, but it's that they're preserved historical stuff. There's some contemporary stuff here as well. And it's got a real sense of home. You know, I love living in Panama City Beach. It's close to work for me. We have a decent house, nice house. My wife set up a really nice little nest for us to live in. But Panama City Beach doesn't really have anything with this kind of charm to it, I don't think. You know, prove me wrong. Down in the comments, no shade on Panama City Beach. You know, for them, the front yard is the beach. But Panama City, which Panama City Beach is named for, was the origin story here. Now, you know that's inaccurate, because the three wise men, they should have fire helmets. It clearly says they came from afar. How many times do I have to tell you people this? And it's getting a little quiet down at this end. We're heading towards the marina. Yeah, it's all, they're digging up the road over there, so I definitely don't want to go over there. But you can see how busy it is here. There's a police presence, but not an overabundance of them. Everything's well lit. It's a very entertaining, enjoyable district down here. There is a couple empty lots. I think, if I remember right, this used to be a restaurant called Cassandra's Place. I don't know how long it's been knocked down. It was pre-hurricane. You can see the old tile still being preserved. There's like a food truck kitchen over there. Kind of cool. But isn't it nice down here? Especially when the weather cooperates. It's not too hot. I mean, I'm down here in shorts, and it's, you know, almost December. I'm not complaining. This used to be a bar for a long time. And I went to a Halloween party here that was kind of interesting. If you DM me, I'll tell you the story about that. Good folks. I think it's an old bank building. Well, you know what? The sign will tell. Bank of Panama City, yeah. 100 Harrison Avenue, the first brick building in Panama City. Completed in 1911, closed in 1915. That's weird. Bar and Grill, 1970. 1980, the first story was rebuilt. In 2015, the building is occupied by La Royale Lounge and Package. That's long gone. I think the guy who ran that, I want to say his name was Flamingo Jack. And I was playing cards with some buddies down at the marina down here, and I came here to buy some packaged goods, and I had no idea what was going on. They were all very nice, but I was out of my element, let's just say. So it was a Atelier? It was a glass studio for a while, but it looks like it's a cool, funky bar. I love the exposed brickwork in there. Across the street is St. Andrew Towers, which we need to talk about that. Even though we're in Panama City, St. Andrew Bay, singular, but it's the town of St. Andrews. Is there a history buff out there? I'm calling you. Why is it mentioned in the plural sometimes and singular other times? My basic brief research is that it's St. Andrew Bay, named by the Spaniards. Okay, they always name things based on the day that they discovered it. And then it became the town of St. Andrews Bay, so it's possessive, okay? But then everyone started calling it St. Andrews Bay. I mean, this is just, you know, semantics, but it's the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night. And right over there, you can see St. Andrew Tower. I mean, if you're going to make it plural or possessive, okay. But it's just out of habit, they call it St. Andrews, which it's incorporated by Panama City anyway. We'll go down here. Kind of a quiet section of Harrison. I think up to this point, I want to say a lot of this was backfilled in. Definitely where the marina is. Because other side over there was Mackenzie House. His yard went right up to the bay. But this is a retirement community. And you can see there's some art studios here. There's a lot going on here, a lot more than in past years. So I think they're going through a definite renaissance. And I don't want to go any further, but this is the Panama City Marina. Formerly there was a government center, federal courthouse there, as opposed to our county courthouse, which is 2 blocks behind me. Our library used to sit there, and there used to be an old F-15 jet that sat in the middle of the road here, and there was a strip mall, and there was a barber shop and things like that in there. So the area is still kind of in flux. It's hard to say what'll happen here, but you got a hotel and restaurant. You know, I guess we could go down to the marina. I don't know if you'd be able to see anything, but let's give it a shot. There's some wet concrete. I don't want to mess that up. And that was here. All right. That would be very naughty. Don't do that. And really where the port is, close to the Hathaway Bridge, that's was supposed to be the origin of Panama City. And you go from Chicago, draw a straight line across the country to the Panama Canal, the eastern axis of it, and it would cut right through Panama City. Right here where I'm standing. So we do have a deep water port because of the bay. Of course, the Spaniards were awesome at picking bays that had a small mouth, easy to defend. And they knew there'd be plenty of fish. Of course, then they released a bunch of wild, so they would have food next time they came through. Crafty folks, them Spaniards. I don't know if it'll show up on camera. I'd walk through the grass, but something you got to know about Florida. There's fire ants and sand spurs. And I don't want to get into them in the dark. The marina is not developed yet. It'll be interesting to see what happens and what direction it goes, if they'll make it a public resource like it has been, or they'll make it something that's a public-private partnership. Who knows? Of course, it was completely decimated during the hurricane. Downtown here, this was very close to ground zero, which was really in Mexico Beach, to the southeast of here, following the coast. Still part of Bay County, though. Yeah, it's looking like it's pretty well fenced off down here. And we'll go up to the water, and we'll turn around and go to the car. So they used to have all these slips here. I don't think they have anything right now. I even knew some people who were living on their boat full-time here. That's an interesting life. It looks like there is still a boat launch. I don't know how much of this you can see. But this is what needs to get developed. So everybody has access to it, you know, as it should be. As they progress on this, I'll report on it, because it's important. Yeah, right through here is where the jet was. An old retired, I think a Vietnam era jet from Tyndall. And over there was a strip mall that had oh, Carswell's Barbershop. I went there to get my hair cut one time, I think in 1996, and it was about $5. You're not getting a $5 haircut. Well, at least not a decent one. Yeah, it's pretty dark. I don't want to go all the way down there. And you can see Lena St. Andrews Bay, Beach Drive, and then the towers in the distance. You're in the Panama City Beach. Kind of a cool spot to come down and see the fireworks. The traffic will make you insane though. If you can come here by foot and park somewhere else, you're better off. Well, there you have it, and there it is. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate that. Every single one of you people who watches my videos, I say thank you to you. Of course, if you enjoyed what you saw here today, you can press the like button down below. you want to see more of my content like this, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to find out when I upload a new video, hit the notification bell. You can do any and all of those things, plus commenting down below. Any questions or places you'd like me to go see, suggestions for Panama City, the greater Bay County area. I try to accommodate those. I do try to respond to all my comments too, so that's good. I just do appreciate everybody. All right, and I have merch. Got the Matt the Lizard Beach Axes Conserve Parodies. Probably gonna stop producing these by the end of the year. I'm gonna go with a new design. I'm not sure what to do. I'm gonna check it out, see how I feel. All right, and also I do cameos. I can do a personalized video for you or for your business. Very affordable, have that available. And the people who've ordered those, I say thank you. And one last commercial. If you could just support any of my sponsors you see ads for. I'm trying to only do sponsorships for products or companies I believe in. So I'm not gonna just take any ad. So if you see me advertising some, it's because I really like their product or their service. So thank you. And you can also hit the join button down below. Thank you to Rich C, who's done that. Appreciate that. Get you some extra perks, previews on videos, premium marking for live chats, which I don't do too many of. Hey, that's an idea. If you guys want to see me do a live chat, tell me when and where. I'll try to do one. All right. Well, remember, you are important. And the world needs more people like you. Matt the Lizard,